Good afternoon. We are August 23rd and it is 12:03. This is the building committee meeting. Roll call. Esteban Rangel, present. Lupita Cepeda, absent. Judge Mercurio Martinez, absent. Jorge J.D. Delgado. Here we have, our committee members. Item number 3. Dr. Ramirez.
Yes, the construction project update, Mr. Cepeda is not with us today, but Mr. Price and, I think Mr. Bell will give us an update. Mr. Price will give us the update.
Okay. Mr. Price.
Good afternoon, everybody. Omar Bias for the record, construction project manager for college. We're bringing you an update today of the construction projects that we have under college right now. The last time we were with you was at the end of June, so we have about 2 months of progress. So again, real quick, this is the list of projects that we currently have with the college. At the South Campus, we have the flat roof, soffit, LED improvements still in progress. We have the standing seam metal roof, bell tower restoration and improvements, also still in progress. The CDL pad is currently under construction and in progress. The diesel auto collision shop expansion, that GMP just got awarded recently. We are expected to commence work here pretty soon. We also have the protective service facility renovations. This comprises of several facilities, including the building C, second floor, instructional room restoration and improvements. At Fort McIntosh, we have improvements to the Ruben Garcia facility. We also have improvements to the Lopez facility as well. These are all in the planning stages. And we also have here at Fort McIntosh, the Lamar Bruni Vergara environmental renovation and additions. We have today some photographs, updates, progress on the soffit metal roof at the South Campus. This current project is about at 80% complete. We do have still several open structures that we'll be covering up and replacing LED lighting as well. We've had a lot of comments on the improvements. As you know, in the past, we've had issues with pigeons in a lot of these walkways. And it really consumes a lot of time of the custodians in the morning to clean up and keeps them from other duties that they have on a daily basis. Since then, all of these issues have pretty much almost disappeared. And we have a lot cleaner walkways and entrances for our staff and students and visitors to the campus.
Mr. Price, on that 20% that's pending, what's your ETA on it?
We do have some updates. We do have the contractors here present. We are requesting an extension of these contracts because we're right at the point of where they should have been completed. So we'll go into a little detail when we get onto those 2 other items. We do have them today here for you. We'll go ahead and discuss those a little more in detail once we move into them. But I estimate probably roughly a few months, probably between now and the end of the year, we should be wrapped up on some of these contracts already.
And then because I know it's an ongoing issue, are the pigeons going somewhere else? That we're gonna,
Yeah, they
I mean,
are.
you're not gonna stop them.
It's very hard to get hold of these, get rid of them. I've experienced these issues,
Now that
with also with the district, when I was with the district. And so they are nesting in the area. For some reason, they tend to nest in the grass area just south of the pond that we had at the South Campus. And then they've kind of ventured onto a parapet wall at the new health science building. So we're gonna have to address, that issue, and probably place some needles on that building to keep them off that parapet wall.
I have heard from staff that I mean, just the look that it gives them like a huge facelift on these buildings, the way the roofs are looking, they look really, really nice.
Right, yeah, we used to have a lot of chicken wire, plywood framing,
Yeah.
stud framing, and the chicken wire was really to their advantage because they were getting into the chicken wire and using that as a foundation and they
Yeah.
would be able to nest on it. So all that has kind of gone away and it does really give a different appearance to the campus, a lot cleaner. We're also addressing the walkway surfaces as well right now with physical plant. So it's a very nice look that the campus has now. We brought, some photos, 2 months ago, and this is just one of the larger, buildings at the South Campus. And this is the current, contract that we still have open. It is 100% completed, with the work that the contractor has done. It is going through a punch list, scheduled with Tremco on site and also with the contractor as a walkthrough, of each facility that got worked on. And the final inspection is currently in progress. We should have a final list of any punch list items that need to be addressed. They should be minimal. And at the end, we will be given a 20-year contract with the company Tremco, which is the manufacturer of the actual finish of the roofing product.
With this last water that we got, did we see any issues with this roof?
We did have a list of, rooms, that had stains on their ceiling tiles. We're currently going with the contractor right now, physical plant, walking those areas. We tend to believe that some of these tiles might have been pre-existing. So we're going to, probably go into a phase of replacing them and hope that we get some rains and go ahead and follow up with each of these locations. For one, like in my office, I had a corner that used to have a very severe leak and it would leak right behind my desk down the column. Those tiles are still stained, and they thought that it was a new leak when it was an existing one. So that's just an example of where we need to double check to make sure that we don't have any leaks that are existing in any of these buildings.
Chair recognizes, VP Deval.
Mr. Price, with regards to the Tremco 20-year warranty, I think at the last meeting you said it was a 15-year warranty.
No, we're getting a 20-year, warranty.
20-year warranty?
Yeah.
Okay, so what consists of that 20-year warranty?
Really, it's, what they do is they stand behind their product. So if there's any, defects or anything that may come up, within those 20 years, they address it. The contractor also gives us a warranty. I believe it's a 2-year warranty on any craftsmanship on their part. But I've, had several discussions with them and they're more than willing to address anything that may come up. But for the most part, Tremco does stand behind their 20-year, warranty
If anything comes up within those 2 years, it'll be taken care of by
by the contractor.
the contractor.
Yes.
And then after that,
After that, it's, I guess it's a joint venture with the contractor and the actual manufacturer. Because then I'm sure the contractor comes back to address with any of their products, they come back and do the work for them. So we don't get a second party, coming in and working on something that they were not involved in.
okay. And have we used the Tremco product on any of the other roofs at any of the campuses?
We've used, that product, over all of the buildings at the South Campus, except the new facility, the health science. We've used it in every single facility at the South Campus. I believe they've used it here on this campus before, but, I would probably need to ask that question, directly to Mr. Cepeda to see which buildings they are.
Okay, and just in regards to that, what's our success rate with that product as far as utilizing any part of the warranty?
What was the question again?
What's our success rate with that product? Have we had any issues at any of the other roofs that this product has been installed in?
No, not as of yet, no. We haven't had any issues.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Mr. Price.
There's also another, open contract, with the same contractor right now, and that's for the standing seam metal roof. So they're addressing the metal roofs at the South Campus. And we're also scheduled to do some improvements to the bell tower that does, still have some, water penetrations. We did have some damages with these last rains that we had here recently. So we're looking into that, and, we're addressing some of those items already. We did remove, a lot of the wet, sheet rock that was existing in a lot of the mechanical rooms that is located behind the elevator tower. Since then, to now, the sheet rock has been removed off the site. This current contract is about 60% completed. The only standing seam metal roof right now pending to be, worked on is the actual library facility. This is a Carnac, product, and we also do get a warranty as well with them. This, CDL driving pad, is currently ongoing. It's about 60% completed. We do get, on occasions, available concrete. There has been a delay on the actual progress of this project, and we'll go into that on the next item when we talk about it. But we do have some progress. We do have, 6 large sections that have been poured. And we have about an additional 6 areas that need to be addressed to go ahead and get completed at 100%. The diesel auto, collision shop expansion project, this GMP recently got approved. The plans have been submitted to the city of Laredo for the building permit. And the contractor is acquiring bonds at this present time. And work is scheduled to commence on September 19th. A letter to notice to proceed will be issued by the architect, and copied to, the college and to the contractor. Some other facilities that we have scheduled, that are upcoming for improvements is the South Campus, Protective Service Facility. The South Campus Building C section on the second floor. And, here at the Fort Mac, we have the Ruben Garcia facility renovations and the Lopez facility renovations as well. These current, plans are being prepared by Cavazos and Associates. And we currently have schematics completed. Those schematics have been, dispersed to the different department heads, and they're currently reviewing them, for comments. Here at the Fort Mac, we have the Lamar Booney Vergara Environmental Improvement, additions. These plans have been completed right now at 100%. The architect is holding the plans, and we are ready to issue them to the CMR contractor, for bidding. Waiting direction from the board, if we should move forward with, issuing the plans, so we can go through the bidding process.
Are we putting this on the Thursday agenda again for approval?
Not on this, not on this one.
When are we bringing this? Next month. And then we'll go out for the GMP bidding. And how long is that?
Actually, Cesar Vela, VP of Finance for the record, the plans are sent over to the TMR. Once the proposal comes in, that's when we take it to the board for approval.
And then how long is the gap open for before we get those bids in?
Usually takes 30 to 45 days.
Yeah, roughly, once they get the plans in their hands, they normally go out for bids, and then they get hard bids, and that usually takes 30 to 45 days. And then we'll schedule it with the board to bring a final GMP, for review and potential approval on that number. So the plans are completed at this time right now.
The chair recognizes VP Vela.
When you say the plans are completed, that means no changes in the future once the GMP is selected? or?
No, we always have the option, to do any changes, any value engineering. If,
But as far as from the architect side, no changes as far as the plans that they've already drawn up.
no, the architect is always open to changes on the plans if necessary. We just have according to the scope that we laid out, the plans have been completed 100% according to that scope. But there is always the option to do any value engineering, on any projects that come out, even after, a GMP is discussed. If we need to work on the numbers, we can do some changes and modifications to the plans to come within our budget.
Gotcha, thank you.
Okay, today we're also bringing you some, updates on the Laredo College physical plant projects, that are ongoing right now. We have the Imaginarium facility at P14 here at Fort McIntosh. That facility is currently going through some renovations. That project is about 40% completed. I walked it on Monday. Most of the MEP rough ends, are in place. Some of it is still in progress, but the majority has been done. During my visit on Monday and walkthrough, they were coordinating sheetrock installation on the project. Some of these photos show you that that work going actually in progress. So you could see the different photographs, some of the new materials and MEP that have been installed, water lines, spur downs, metal studs, sheetrock. You can, at the far left, you can see part of the elevator shaft that's also being worked on. This is also here at Fort McIntosh. It's the P24 renovation project. This is for the DPS office. This contractor is Substitute Construction. This is just in the beginning stages. It's about 10% into the project. Materials have been delivered to the site. We currently had some meetings with the DPS and the construction contractor just to coordinate certain responsibilities to the different entities. And DPS was also gonna issue us some requirements on some of their surveillance cameras, parking lot access controls. And since then, we have received some of that information already in our offices, for all the parties involved.
When is,
Sure. Actually, as well.
when is that project set to complete? The DPS office?
I'm not sure, because I just picked it up, for Mr. Orlando Cepeda. But I know it's been in the planning stages for some time. It's actually gone through pandemic, until now. It's being worked on. They're both anxious, the contractor and DPS group are anxious to get it completed. So we're working very closely now with the whole entire group, and we'll push it and get it done as soon as possible.
Do we anticipate any changes? As far as?
There hasn't, during our meeting, we didn't really discuss any major changes. It was more just coordination of, the responsibilities for different, parties. And when I say that, it's what the contractor is doing and what DPS is bringing into the facility. That coordination was really discussed, and we did a lot of, got a lot of, progress done during our meeting. So since then, we have had emails going back and forth, so there's a open line of communication currently going on, and we do have a meeting scheduled for next week, again, to go ahead and review anything else that should be brought to the table, so everybody knows what they need to do.
On that note, I know it's DPS, but what is it? Like, what department is coming in from DPS? Do we know? I don't know if it's been discussed. Or what type of agents are coming in? What are they gonna be doing?
They're gonna be housing about 30 DPS officers in that location.
And is this gonna be a site where they're gonna come in, do their reports and submit them to?
Yes,
services?
it's
Or what is it, like, is it
it's mostly,
administration staff?
no, it's mostly offices for the officers. It'll be more of a, like a center for the officers to come in, file their reports.
Substation?
Yes, like a substation.
So
Yeah,
it's gonna be a
it,
mixture of, probably they're gonna have some clerical staff, probably have some officers come in and just do reports, submit, stuff like that.
that's correct, sir. My understanding is it's not going to be an office for the public. It's more for officers. And again, it's just to do the administrative work that they're required to do.
Have they already said how many employees they're gonna be bringing in?
The number that they've shared with us is 30 officers, and not all at the same time, they'll be revolving. And the reason that they shared that information with us was because of the parking spaces that they needed. So they told us that they would need about 30 spaces for their officers, so they're having 30, approximately 30 officers.
And are they all gonna be marked units or also unmarked?
That I don't know. I know that they will have marked units on campus. As far as the unmarked units, I would think that they may.
But they would be able to share that, so we, our campus would be would know, right?
Yes, yes, of course.
Yeah, basically the floor plan, just to kind of give you a little more information. The floor plan really it has a layout of workstations all along the perimeter in the center of the building. And there are about 30 stations, and they're on a rotating basis. They come in to do office work. So it's really just a station for them to work at. And the facility will have surveillance and cameras that they control. So it's a secure facility for their use.
Dr. Ramirez, Chair recommends Dr. Ramirez.
Mr. Price, will you make the plans available? I'd like to see what the inside of the building, what it's gonna look like.
Yeah, I know that I'm still trying to get a hold of plans myself because I had not had anything, sent over to me, but I did request from Satucha to go ahead and send me the floor plan, and they're in PDF format, so I'll share them with you.
They're paying for all this, right? DPS is paying for the inside remodeling and all of that, right?
Correct, yes. It's part of the contract.
And I don't know, does this building have an attic? I mean,
The
basement?
basement, yes, it does. It was actually the first time I had ever been in that building. And to my surprise, there's a basement, takes up half of the building. It's a very sound structured building. It's historical, but, the basement has some large foundation piers in them. So they are using the basement as well.
And I don't know, are they gonna be storing any type of weapons down there? I mean, would we?
I know that they have a caged area.
Recovered items or?
They're looking at that, but they don't really want the public to know that, sir, so we
Right.
can
Yeah.
discuss that offline.
But I mean, I hope that you do have that communication with them, so we could at least know from your end. You know, because it's important for us to know.
Yeah, and that's part of their security package that they're putting into the facility. So one of the last projects that physical plan has going on right now as well is the parking lot improvements. So kind of listed the different areas that have been worked on, the different lot designations. So some of them have already been swept and cleaned up. Some of them have asphalt cutouts already. Those cutouts have been oiled, and some of the asphalt has been replaced in some of the areas. And we do have other areas that are being worked on. There is some pending applications, and that's part of the scope of the work. We have still to do asphalt crack sealer applications for all the cracks on the asphalt, and the seal coating, and then the new striping in all the areas that have been designated under the contract.
Chair recognizes Dr. Ramirez.
Mr. Price, on the replacement of the asphalt for these parking lots, now that we've started classes again and we have much more activity, I know we've been having trouble scheduling the asphalt delivery, of the parking lots, but, I would like to see if possibly, when the time does come, I know we're kind of at the mercy of the asphalt provider, that we schedule the closing of parking lots towards the end of the week, like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, instead of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, when we seem to have our greatest traffic. I don't want to create more of an inconvenience for our employees and our students. And
Right.
so if there's a way that we can try to schedule those Friday and Saturdays, it would really be helpful.
Yeah, I think a lot of them have already been addressed, but we still have some pending areas. On Monday, we had parking lot W, which is right behind the fine arts facility. And I got here in the morning and it was occupied. And it was scheduled for asphalt, that day, so we had to cancel, notify the contractor.
Well, it was the first class day.
It was
Hello.
the first, yeah, it was the first half day. So we had a lot of traffic going on. But yes, I agree with you that we'll try our best to, work with the contractor and try to schedule that asphalt towards the end of the week. But we are also at the mercy of the asphalt, producer, which turns on every once in a while, and usually for the city of Laredo, and that's where the contractor grabs some of the asphalt, that is available.
Hopefully in the future, we'll plan these things out over the summer when our
Yeah.
traffic is, and not the fall semester, the first week of school.
Yeah, we do have other areas that we want to work on, and definitely we'll take that into consideration, and we're also going to be doing it at the South Campus eventually. So, a summer project, which is very doable, can take place, in May, June, and July, and get done. So if you have any questions, I can go ahead and
I
address them.
recognize the VP as well.
Can you go back to, well, I just wanted to ask, because I know we're using the Tremco product and we're using a Karnak product. What's the difference between the two?
It's a different application. The Carnac, does have a product that is used for standing seam metal roofs. The college is currently using it right now in this contract. Some of our local districts have also, used the Carnac material. Some of those projects are also being done during the summertime, UISD being one of them. So it's just an available different, product out there. on
Like
the
you
market.
guys use using Aztec for the roofs.
They do use Aztec, and they also use Carnac and have used probably Tremco in the past.
And Tremco is normally used for non-metal roofs.
It's more, they do have a product that is very good, which is for flat roofs. So that's where we kind of got onto them to use that product for the application of the flat roof.
Is there a price difference between the two?
There is, Tremco tends to be a more expensive material. Carnac is a little bit, lower in price. I believe, I think Carnac is a good enough material that we can consider on any additional flat roofs, mainly here at the Fort McIntosh campus. We do have a couple of facilities that have some deteriorated flat roofs that we would probably like to address in the coming years. So
And
Carnac,
you'd recommend to install the Tremco product or the Karnak product?
I would recommend that we could probably go with Carnac. And it's basically the same product, but it would cost us less.
So why aren't we using Karnak on all the roofs?
We did, well,
Because if Tremco is more expensive,
yeah, what happened is that we did a contract with Linedecker, which was Billy Hall, and it was a Tremco product, when we did that roof. So we just took their spec and their requirement on the application, and we went ahead and used them for all the flat roofs. When we identified that there was a cheaper product, compatible for the same seam metal roof, we decided to go with Carnac.
and since UISD and Aviva ISD is using Aztec, have we looked into that product?
I have worked with that company before, but,
Are they cheaper, more expensive, or?
it's the same product. We just, decided at that time, not to go with that company for various reasons. So we decided to go with another manufacturer at that time, when I used to be with the district. We didn't consider them, on this project. This is a buy board, contract. So the opportunity was to go ahead and use the Tremco product at that time.
But your recommendation is to use the Karnak product on all of our roofs.
I would recommend Carnac, yeah, we'll get the same warranty from them. I don't know, I've heard that it's the same manufacturer, just labeled for the different companies. So it's like you getting a wood stud at Lowe's and getting another wood stud at Home Depot.
Yeah.
I
mean, and my thing, if that's the case, then, let's not use the Tremco products, especially since it's more expensive than the Karnak product, and if that's something you recommend, if we can find savings by utilizing a different
Definitely.
product, we'd be able to, I guess, spread out, any repairs that we may need in the future.
Right, yeah.
How about long-term lifespan?
Mhm.
Are they the same? You're okay
Yeah,
with
we
it?
get the same warranty. We get 20-year warranty with either one.
Yeah, but warranty is one thing, but like, life,
The lifespan,
do you,
well, I
do you
mean,
see it similar as well?
some of our roofing products here in Laredo, it's like asphalt shingles on the houses.
Yeah.
You get a 35-year asphalt shingle, you get hit by hail and get hit by a summer with 100+ weather. It is gonna affect the product of that material.
But
You
you
see it every day.
feel that they both sustain their lifespan at a
Yeah,
time?
we can expect the same lifespan for either one.
Thank you, Mr. Price. Any other questions? No, sure. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Price.
you.
Item number 4, Dr. Ramirez.
Approval of time extension for truck driving pad and roofing projects. Mr. Villa's gonna present. We do know that we have had some issues with receiving materials in many of our construction sites, and so, our construction projects for this particular, several of them are running into problems in finishing the construction on time, and we're requesting some extension in this case, for the truck driving pad and the roofing project.
Mr. Vela?
Yes, good afternoon, board members, Cesar Vela, VP of Finance for the record. As Dr. Ramirez mentioned, we do have a request, from, the contractors that are currently working on the, truck driving pad and the, roofing projects, for extensions. There is a request for time extension of 142 days for the South Campus roofing project. The new substantial completion date for that project would be November 30th, 2022, with the final completion of January 6th, 2023. The reason for that is, again, as Dr. Ramirez mentioned, the availability of materials. When the contractor began the project, they experienced some delays with delivery of the Tremco roofing materials. And also they've had issues obtaining the rigid insulation as well as the metal soffit material. Again, they are requesting an extension of 142 days for substantial completion of November 30th. As was presented by Homer, Mr. Vice, this project is about 80% complete. The flat roofs are complete. There are only pending inspection from Tremco. The majority of the work that's pending has to do with the soffit work that is being done at the South Campus. As far as the truck driving pad, Line Decker is requesting a time extension of 104 days. The new substantial completion date for that project would be October 31st, 2022, with a final completion date of November 30th, 2022. Again, the reason being the availability of concrete for this project. Again, these are the requests that are up for board approval or consideration at the Thursday meeting.
With regards to the South Campus roofing project, what equipment is needed to complete the job that's pending?
The equipment that was listed as, again, refer back to the letter. They've had issues obtaining the heavy equipment like the Skytrack and the boom, and the scissor lifts that are usually obtained through rentals, United Rental. So what they've been experiencing is that equipment is not readily available. There are some areas that they need this equipment to reach to those soffit areas. So that has been part of the delay.
When did this project start?
This project, yes, it's actually a 12-month project, so yes, it would start in June.
So shouldn't they have had all of this equipment when they started the project?
No, this, again, this has been part of the process, the delays that they've experienced, obtaining, during the term of the contract, obtaining the equipment. So there's been some delays, as far as the materials being delivered and obtaining the equipment. yeah, that's, and a lot of contractors do that. They rent out some of the equipment.
Any other questions?
No, thank you.
So
Mr.
you're
Chairman.
bringing this on Thursday for approval?
Yes,
Thank you. Item number 5, Dr. Venus.
Approval to purchase network switches for the Laredo College South Campus Security Upgrade Project. As we heard yesterday at Finance, there are some, upgrades we're trying to use to get ready for, on technology. So, Mr. Chavez?
Good afternoon, members of the construction committee. Albert Chavez, Senior Director of Information Technology.
Yes,
For this particular item, we're requesting to purchase network switches that were part of the initial budget request for the South Campus CCTV project. We are at the phase where we actually need to move forward with procuring the switches. So the quote that was provided is to purchase 13 Cisco Catalyst 9200 switches, which have power over Ethernet, which is what's needed to power the cameras. The facility phase 3 bond project allocation for the CCTV project is 750,000. We have used so far 595 with 320, which leaves us with a balance of 154,680. And the total cost of the switches that we're requesting is 107,058 with 25 cents.
Mr. Lau?
Just out of curiosity, there's no local company we can go through to purchase this type of equipment? Or it's all out of town?
There's not a particular company locally for Cisco that's under state contract. So I did forget to mention this particular purchase is being done through a DIR contract.
Oh,
So that's why this particular company was selected because they had a DIR contract and they're in the San Antonio area.
Okay, no question. This will go on Thursday? Approval?
Yes.
That's it? Any other questions? No? Okay, motion to adjourn?
so move.
Second. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you, everyone.